Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I. The name is Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I. You should learn how to say it. M-A-M-D-A-N-I. You should learn how to.
This isn't just another election. It's a battle over the soul of a city. A fight between old power and new hope, between influence rooted in wealth and privilege, and urgency born from struggle and necessity. In 2025, one of the most consequential political confrontations in recent American history took place in the heart of the United States, New York City. Standing on one side was Donald Trump, former president, billionaire tycoon, a political figure whose name carries weight, fear, admiration, and division all at once. On the other side was Zohran Mamdani, 34 years old, an immigrant, a community organizer turned state assembly member, a progressive democratic socialist, and a candidate whose outsider status was the very core of his appeal. From the first moment Mamdani declared his candidacy, the battle lines were drawn. Trump's political machinery and media dominance loomed large. The message from many in the establishment was clear. This newcomer was inexperienced, naive, to radical. They painted him as a threat to the city's economic stability, to its traditional power structures, to the interests of those accustomed to privilege and influence. Trump himself warned voters publicly that a radical like Mamdani could spell disaster for New York. On the eve of the election, he threatened to withhold federal funds, to use the leverage of the federal government against a city led by someone he called extreme. The campaign quickly turned into more than a contest of policies. It became a battleground of identity, rhetoric, fear, hope. Many in Mamdani's camp worried about attacks on his background as an immigrant and as a Muslim democratic socialist, but he did not shy away. Instead, he faced these head-on. He embraced his identity. He embraced the very things others tried to use as weapons. Mamdani didn't respond with fear or silence. He responded with truth, vision, and conviction. He spoke directly to people often ignored by mainstream politicians, immigrants, working-class families, youth, minorities, those struggling to pay rent, feed their families, commuting long hours, watching opportunity slip away. He said, New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant. He laid out a bold, radical agenda: free public transit, universal childcare, freezing rents for millions of tenants, building affordable housing, raising minimum wage, corporate tax increases to fund social programs. For many, these weren't just promises, they were lifelines. On the other hand, Trump and his supporters warned of economic collapse, corporations leaving, taxes rising, investors fleeing. They painted Mamdani's proposals as reckless, idealistic, dangerous. They argued that New York needed stability, not experiments. During the campaign, tensions reached a boiling point. Trump used fear-driven language. Critics spread warnings about safety, jobs, taxes. Some even invoked xenophobic undertones. Mamdani supporters responded with protests, rallies, grassroots mobilization. Communities that felt neglected, immigrants, service workers, marginalized neighborhoods, found a voice day after day. The contrast between the two visions sharpened. On one side, old money, old power, nostalgia, protection of elite interests. On the other, hope, change, disruption, equality. The battle was no longer just ideological, it was existential. Who deserves to lead a global city like New York? And on what foundation? As voting began and ballots poured in, analysts predicted chaos. Many assumed Mamdani would be crushed by establishment forces. But something was changing. Voter turnout soared, especially among younger voters, immigrants, working-class neighborhoods. People who rarely felt represented went to polls. Communities that had long been ignored felt seen. Support poured in. On November 4th, 2025, history happened. The votes were counted. Mamdani won, not by a slim margin, but convincingly with over 50% of the vote. He defeated not only the establishment favorite, but overcame the deeply entrenched power structures that many believed couldn't be challenged. In his victory speech, he addressed Trump directly. "If you're watching, turn the volume up," he said. "To get to any of us, you'll have to get through all of us." It was more than a taunt, it was a message. To the disbelievers, to the oppressed, to everyone who thought the system was fixed, that night, New York celebrated not just a new mayor, but a new possibility. A possibility that the marginalized could lead, that status quo could be challenged, that collective voices, not powerful elites, could shape a city. But this victory is not the end, it's the beginning. Immediately, the threats surfaced. Critics warned that implementing his ambitious agenda might crash the economy, scare investors, or deepen polarization. Still, Mamdani pledged to deliver. He announced a transition team, laid out plans to collaborate with state and federal leaders, expanded his vision beyond election slogans. He promised to govern for every New Yorker, regardless of background, religion, or income. This showdown, Mamdani versus Trump, is more than local politics. It's a mirror of larger societal conflicts: wealth versus equity, fear versus hope, privilege versus representation, status quo versus change. It's a reminder that power is not guaranteed to those born into it. It can be earned by those willing to fight for fairness, justice, and dignity for all. And for every young dreamer, every immigrant, every underdog watching, there's a lesson, a call, a spark. You don't have to be born rich to lead. You don't have to be part of the elite to be heard. What matters is vision, empathy, courage, and staying rooted in real people's struggles. Your background, your struggles can be your strength. When the establishment tries to silence you, stand louder. When they call you inexperienced, show your passion. When they label you extreme, show your humanity. Because change isn't made by the powerful. It's made by those who refuse to accept injustice. It's made by communities, by voices raised, by people demanding respect, dignity, fairness. So if you have a dream, a cause, a mission, a desire to change something, don't wait for permission. Don't bow to fear. Don't sell out your values for approval. Stand up. Speak out, organize, build community. Raise your voice. Fight for what's right. Because even when the odds are stacked, even when the system is rigged, hope backed by action can topple giants. And one day, what seems impossible will become reality.
M-A-M-D-A-N-I. You should learn how to say it.